Everyone, myself Pallavi. I'm going to talk about blood culture in this presentation. Let's start with the topic. So, what is blood culture? Blood culture means it is a laboratory test in which blood is inoculated into the bottle with the media to find out the organisms in the blood. It could be a bacteria or it could be a fungus. That is called it as the blood culture. So what is the importance of blood culture? So or when we'll go for the blood culture. So let's see one by one. In case of bacteremia means when bacteria present in the blood, it is called it as bacteremia. In case of fungemia, that means when fungus present in the blood is called it as the fungemia. Or in case of the pyraxia of unknown origin or PUO, also called it as the fever of unknown origin. There will be a symptoms of only the fever and there is no other symptoms can be find out in the during the infection. In that cases also we will go for the blood culture collection. And septicemia. Septicemia means presence of bacteria with its toxin in the blood which will trigger the production of the cytokines. These cytokines ultimately produces or causes the fever, chill and organ dysfunctions as well as the septic shock. Septic shock means there will be a lower in the blood pressure, it causes the heart failure. So in all these cases we'll go for the blood culture. So remember, even single bacteria also to be considered as the significant, it causes the sepsis. So we cannot consider as like in the other sample or unsterile part of the body, we can consider it as the normal commensal, normal flora. There is no such word in this blood culture. Even single bacteria also could be causes the sepsis. So how much volume of the blood to be collected? So it is important that how many bottles of blood culture collected is not that much important. It is important that how much volume of the blood being collected. If less volume of the blood being collected in the different blood culture bottle, there is no use at all. So volume of the blood should be very high, especially in the adult. In the pediatric, you cannot collect that much volume. So that will be restricted for the pediatric. In adult, we can collect 16 to 20 ml of the blood in the adult as well as 1 to 3 ml of the blood in the pediatric, as blood volume is very less in the pediatric. So what is the time of the collection? Time of collection is, we cannot expect when the fever comes or when we can see the fever symptoms. So that's what we cannot predict, that in which time we can collect the blood. So we can collect it at any time. If fever is there means when the fever spikes, that is the good situation to collect the blood. And later we can collect the blood with a gap of 1 hour apart. So there is no much difference with the gap you are collecting the blood, or as soon as collecting the one after the other, it will not make much difference. Still, if you want, you can collect with the 1 hour apart, 1 hour or 2 hour apart. And remember, it will be preferred 3 to 5 blood culture bottles in case of the adult, but we cannot do in the pediatric case. So but in the adult we can collect 3 to 5 blood culture bottles is been recommended. So how much volume of the blood being inoculated or the dispensed to the blood culture bottles? So we can go for the traditional technique or we can go for the automated technique. Suppose we are having the traditional techniques of the media, we will have a biphasic media, it will have slant as well as the broth. Suppose we are having media with the 25 ml, then we can inoculate 10 to 12 ml of the blood for the aerobic culture. In case of the anaerobic culture, we can pour 5 ml of the blood into the 50 ml of diphasic medium, because in the anaerobic we are not going to use anticoagulant because it will inhibit some anaerobic bacteria. So that is what, if you add more volume of the blood into the media, what will happen? Blood will clot. So that is the reason better we'll add less volume of the blood into the high volume of the media. Time of blood collection I already discussed. So suppose you are going for the automated method. So I am going to display here is the Bactec company bottles. In the automated method, on the blood culture bottle itself, it's been mentioned how much volume of the blood can be dispensed. In case of the adult, here it's been mentioned that is like 8 to 10 ml. But in case of the pediatric, they have mentioned it as the 1 to 3 ml. So that much volume of the blood you can dispense. So how long the age you can consider patient as a pediatric? till the age of 14 you can consider patient as pediatric, and above 14 age you can consider patient as an adult. So how do you find out this is the blood culture bottle for adult or pediatric or aerobic or anaerobic or fungal culture? So how do you choose the bottle? So suppose it is an adult bottle. In automated system, how they are finding is, you can see here two bottles. These both are the aerobic bottles, aerobic blood culture bottle. There will be a different bottles for aerobic, anaerobic and fungal culture. So which one I am showing is the aerobic blood bottles. This is for the adult, which is indicated with the blue cap, and then pediatric, it is indicated with the pink cap. It is easiest to recognize the blood culture bottle very fast, because with the high workload it is too difficult to check each and everything. We are familiar with this cap, then we can recognize this is the adult aerobic blood culture bottle, this is the pediatric aerobic blood culture bottle. And it is also mentioned on the blood culture bottle also, you can make out here. Plus aerobic indicates the adult, and PETS aerobic means pediatric, and the volume of the blood as well as its expiry date, date of manufacture, everything been mentioned on this. So one more, bacterial bottles also can make out, like this bottle will be available, same like Bactec. This also will have some kind of indications according to the color. This color code will be different. So as per the color code we can go through that. So what are the points to be noted while collecting the blood bottle? First one is the which bottle you have taken, whether the correct bottle you have to recognize. Suppose you are doing the aerobic culture from the adult patient, then you have to choose aerobic blood culture bottle for the adult only you have to choose. Suppose it is the fungal culture, then you have to take a fungal culture bottle, because in the fungal culture media aerobic bacteria or anaerobic bacteria won't grow. That means the media will be different. Suppose aerobic bacteria and anaerobic aerobic bacteria you are doing, you are taking anaerobic culture bottle, no use at all, it won't grow. So that is the reason you should make sure that what culture bottle you have taken, it should be proper. Second thing is expiry date. So beyond the expiry date you should not use. Third thing is you have to choose crackless bottle, and then media should not be turned into turbid, it should be clear inside. So these are the points to be noted in the blood culture bottle. So what are the media being used? So media are the trypticase soya broth or brain heart infusion broth for the aerobic bacteria culture with anticoagulant SPC. SPC means sodium polyenethyl sulfate. Make sure that while choosing an antibiotic also we should be noted all the anticoagulants should not be used, because all rest of the antibiotics, it has inhibitory action on the bacterial growth. That is the reason we should be very careful. We have to choose those anticoagulant, it should not inhibit the bacterial growth. So that is what SPC is the good anticoagulant will be used for the bacterial growth. Still SPC has some kind of inhibitory action on some kind of bacteria. For that we can add gelatin, then it will lose its inhibitory function on the bacteria, we can use it. So automated bottles usually will have tryptic soya bean casein broth as well as the anticoagulant SPC. Along with that it will have resin for the dissolving of the antibiotics which have been taken from the patient. So make sure that is the best time. I told you that when the fever spike, along with that before taking antibiotic only, if you collected blood culture bottle, it will be best. Next one is thioglycolate broth or the Robertson cooked meat media. This will for the anaerobic culture. It will have without anticoagulant, because SPC has an inhibitory function on the anaerobic bacteria like anaerobic streptococci. So that's what SPC to be ignored. In that cases it has to be taken media little with the high volume and blood will be the little less volume. And then sebrodextrose agar broth, sebrodextrose broth, it is for the fungal culture. And in case of brucella suspected, we can use BHA or Castronida biphasic media, especially for the brucella. Suppose in case of the leishmania cases, if you want to do culture, we can go for the triple N media. Usually we'll go for the some serological test, or we'll go for the some staining technology for that. In case of leptospira also same thing. If you want to grow, we can use EMJH media, because it will not grow in all above media. So now we'll talk about the blood culture collections. So it is very important that from the time of collection to till the end of the processing, till the identification of the bacteria, we have to maintain the aseptic procedure. This is very important to maintain in the blood culture. If you may not maintain, or if you are failure to maintain the aseptic culture, what will happen is skin commensals will grow in the blood culture media. It will inhibit the growth of this pathogenic bacteria, and we will get the false result. So that is the reason we should maintain the aseptic condition. So let's start with the blood culture collection, how it will be. So first is the, whenever you wanted to collect the blood, we have to label the blood culture bottle with the patient name, patient age, patient sex, as well as patient hospital number. These are the things to be mentioned on the blood culture bottle. It can be write manually, or sometime barcode will be available, you can put it over there. Suppose you are using automated blood culture bottle, you should not put labels on the barcode already present on the blood culture bottle. That barcode is necessary to load that bottle into the automated machines. If you put that labels over that barcode, we cannot scan that bottle, and then we cannot load into the instrument, and then have to go to the traditional technique like repeat subcultures. So repeat culture subculture is not a good technique, actually traditional method, because we are keep on doing subculture, there will be chances of the contamination is more than that automated means once it is loaded to the instrument, until it gives positive signal, we are not going to process. So contamination chances is less only. So there is lack of contamination, we can say. So I told you already, skin commensals will grow, everything I talked about that. So requirements, what are the things required? One pair of the sterile glove. Make sure that sterile glove is necessary. We should not use any unsterile glove. It should not be opened before the blood culture collection. When during the time of blood collection, that pack has to be opened, and it has to be wore up very carefully. Without touching any other things, it has to be wore up. Next, blood culture bottle, 70% alcohol and betadine or 2% iodine, syringe, tourniquet, and sterile blood culture set. Sterile blood culture set means it will have the scissor to hold that cotton as well as the cloth. So cloth will be, one center hole be there, that will be a markable cloth, will be put on that site where we have to take the blood. So in that marked position, we will put that cloth, so that everything should be sterile. So patient preparation. First, confirm the patient name, hospital number, and patient age and sex before collecting the blood. Simply we cannot go and collect the blood. In hospital side and all, they will give one wristband, usually yellow color it will be. So that wristband will be there, that will be indication of blood sample has to be collected for the culture. So that indication you have to check out, and then you have to ask the patient for the bleeding, phobia and weakness. Sometimes patient will get a hypered and then may lose consciousness, so that's what we should be very careful, and sometimes bleeding may not stop after collecting the blood. So that is what, these are the things to be collected from the patient, and it has to be handled very smooth in the patient. Now all the blood culture set keep aside near to the patient, what are the things required, and then culture set should not touch, sterile culture set should not touch before wearing the sterile glove, and then take a help of another person to pour betadine as well as the 70% alcohol to avoid contamination. So how to do venipuncture? Venipuncture, first you have to wash the hand properly with the soap. After that, you have to tell the patient to sit comfortably and hold the hand straightly by folding the wrist. Then apply the tourniquet just above to the flexor aspect, and then closing the wrist is properly, and then you are choosing the, or you are feeling the vein. So that is the mid cubital vein you are choosing to collect the blood. So after feeling that, you are going to apply the cotton. Before that you wear sterile glove. So now you are going to apply the cotton with the 70% alcohol. It is followed by the betadine. So how do you clean that hand? where the blood has to be collected. You have to rub the cotton concentrically from center to the peripheral. What happens, that skin commensal comes along with that. If you overlapped, again that commensals will go and sit on the same place. That is the reason you should not overlap. It should be cleaned concentrically. So with the 70% alcohol, once after it get dry, it is followed by the betadine cleaning. So this also it will take nearly 30 seconds. It has to be waited till it get dry. Approximate time is 30 seconds. So after that you will collect the blood, how much volume you required, and then remove the tourniquet and tell patient to open wrist and then apply the cotton and dispense the blood into the blood culture bottle. So how do you dispense blood into the blood culture bottle? So there will be a procedure. Simply you cannot dispense the blood into the blood culture bottle. Wipe that lid with the 70% alcohol before dispensing blood. So wipe it, wait for 30 seconds or until it get dry. Why we have to wait for 30 seconds or until it get dry? Because that is the time of action of that disinfectant to kill the microorganisms which are present on the surface. So that is what we must wait. It will take at least minimum 30 seconds. So after that dispense the blood slowly, because blood cells will lyse. So how much volume required you can dispense, and then mix it very well immediately before it will produce clot. Media has to be mixed with the blood very well, and write the date as well as the time of collection, from whom, by how many, this is a first bottle or second bottle, like that also you can mention, and then name of the person who collected the blood properly to be mentioned on that. After that you are sending the after that you are disposing whatever things you used up, like needle, it has to be discarded in the sharp container, syringe holder and gloves to be discarded in the red color biohazard cover, and cotton to be discarded in the yellow color biohazard cover. Then it goes to the microbiology department. So usual transportation time is 2 hours. So at what temperature you must transport is at 37 degrees Celsius or room temperature. You have to maintain for this. So you should not keep it at a ice pack, or you should not be refrigerated, because sometimes bacterial load will be very less in the blood medium. That time bacteria will not multiply if you refrigerated or if you have put it in the ice pack. So that is the reason you should maintain it at 37 degrees Celsius. That means in case in any delay you cannot send it to the laboratory, in that cases you have to keep it in the incubator with the temperature of 37 degrees Celsius. If not possible, you can keep it at room temperature, but should not be refrigerated. But best is the as earliest transport the media into the within 2 hours. Try to reach into the department. So what are the suspected pathogens? There are many bacteria, many fungus, and then viruses are there. It will affect the blood. Most common bacteria are the gram negative bacteria. It is a Salmonella group. Sometime Enterobacteriaceae family group. It will sometime this may comes from the hospital also, could be a contamination. Better will go for the patient history before releasing the report. That and all very important in the blood culture. So next third thing is the gram positive bacteria like Staphylococcus, Streptococcus pneumoniae. These are the some examples for the bacteria which will causes bacteremia, and some other bacteria like Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Leptospira and Borrelia. These are the bacteria and all will not grow in this media what we are using. For that special other test can be done for that, or some special media can be used. And fungi, some candida and cryptococcus, these are the yeast like and yeast cells. These will grow in the aerobic media also. Sometimes we can find out these yeast like candida and yeast cells like cryptococcus in the media, aerobic media we have reported also. So it is for this, it is not mandatory for the fungal culture media, only for the molds and all it is very mandatory, and some other yeast and yeast like cells. So other parasites like leishmania, malarial parasites also we can find out. This and all will go for the some staining techniques and all for the identification, and virus will go for some serological test. So some skin commensals also will be present in the blood sometime. So every time skin commensals, we cannot say it won't causes infection. In indwelling catheters, in case of pediatric or immunocompromised or immunocompetent patient, we cannot predict. So that is there is a chances these skin commensal may causes infection. So in that cases we must collect the patient history. So it is correlating means we have to report skin commensals as a significant and to repeat the culture to rule out the skin contaminants. So that is the precaution to be taken while reporting the skin commensals. So let's talk about the culture procedure. Suppose whatever manual or automated method, in case of the manual method, what you are doing is the blood culture, that bottle you are keeping at the incubator at about 37 degrees Celsius for 5 to 7 days for aerobic bacteria culture. And in case of the fungal culture, you can incubate it for 2 weeks, as well as for the anaerobic also it will be for the 2 weeks. Suppose you are having the automated blood culture bottle, directly you can scan the bottle and keep it inside the automated instrument, as like same procedure for the aerobic for the 5 to 7 days and anaerobic for the anaerobic bacteria as well as the fungal culture, you can go for the 2 weeks. Suppose you are suspecting brucella, better to incubate for 14 days. So that will be a best incubator is the carbon dioxide incubator for the brucella. So if you are having manual traditional technique, you can keep it in the carbon dioxide incubator, but in automated you cannot do like that, but only incubation you can extend. So then how do you process next? So whenever if you are doing the manual process, what you have to do is every day you have to tilt the bottles over towards the slant, and you have to you have to keep it straight again. Every day morning or evening or every day in the morning you can do that and look for the bacterial colony, usually on the slant. Usually on the slant you can find out, usually nearby where the broth and slant will meet, you can find out the growth more. So we can find out, and then if bacterial colony is there, and then you can go for the subculture as well as the gram stain. So here sometimes streptococcus pneumonia or beta hemolytic streptococci present, that will be colonies will be very minute, we cannot find out. So in that cases we can go for alternative subcultures, even though media doesn't show any colony morphology. In case of the automated, what to do? In case of automated, we no need to do anything. Once bacteria present, it will give the positive signal, then you can take out and will go for the processing. How this automated instrument will show the positive of the bacteria? Means it will have a fluorescent dye at the base of the blood culture bottle, and when you inoculated, as oxygen exhausted, when the bacteria will multiply, carbon dioxide will increase and oxygen will exhaust, that time that fluorescent dye will activate, and then when it reaches to one particular level, that will be detected by the fluorescent sensor by the instrument. When it is detected by the fluorescent sensor, it will give a signal of the positive. So in that case, positive cases, you can take out the blood culture bottle outside. So blood culture bottle outside, and you can subculture it on the respective media. In case of aerobic, you will use chocolate agar, blood agar and McConkey agar. Chocolate agar and blood agar has to be incubated in the carbon dioxide incubator, and McConkey with the normal incubator at 37 degrees Celsius you can maintain. And then gram stain to be done from that sample. If any preliminary identification you find out in the gram stain, it has to be informed immediately to start for the antibiotic treatment, because it is very critical. Bacteria is present in the blood, so we cannot ignore that, it has to be informed immediately. So next we will go for the as per the procedure, identification as well as the sensitivity of the bacteria. So this is about the blood culture. So any query or any comments is there, you can put it in the note and then comment me, or any query is there, you can ask me with the comment column. So I will reply to you. So hope you enjoy the video. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.